sick of it. I am sick, Gary, of having to, like Jon Snow in the Battle of the Bastards,
Uh-huh.
just slay all your horrible takes. And so I'm going to call in
Oh my God.
some reinforcements. I'm calling in a Hall of Famer, Rebecca Lobo, superstar, because I feel like we need some adults in the room talking about the W right now. RL, thank you for being here.
It sounds like
Rebecca,
this. We
I
need some
don't
adults in
second.
the room talking about the WL.
Listen, I don't second that thanks because clearly Elle went to the front of the line when she had her pick of people to bring on to the program to go against maybe a position I had last week.
Yeah.
Well, but
Yeah.
we're here to hear with our hats, so we're good.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're good there. I called in Mariana Rivera. I'm like, I need like someone to come in, and I'm tired of it. I am tired of it. And you guys, if anybody listened to the show earlier this week where we talked about again the Rookie of the Year competition and something that I've been saying for months, which is that I don't think that it is a foregone conclusion. Certainly, Caitlin Clark is the favorite, and I actually have her as my Rookie of the Year. But people like Gary seem to think that there's just like, there's no arguing this at all, that there's no debating it, that it's very clear. And he used a series of stats. I was very proud of him, RL. He never pulls stats. He pulled all these stats to illustrate why Angel Reese is getting as many double doubles, 22 double doubles. Incredible. Haven't seen it since Tina Charles. And I was not armed with the stats that I needed until we got done taping. And I literally, about an hour after we got done, looked up at SportsCenter and I saw you saying, the critics will say that all she does is rebound off her misses. But Rebecca Lobo, what was that you found out when you teamed up with research?
Well, it was so great because that's what you see online, right? Is Angel Reese only rebounds like this, especially on the offensive end, because she gets so many of her own misses. So I was like, well, I wonder how many of her own misses she actually gets. And what the Sports and Information Group came back with is the number, I think it was like 55 of her offensive rebounds at the time were off of her own misses. Well, if you do a little bit of math, you realize she would still be leading the league in offensive rebounds per game if you took away all of her own misses. And that's not if you also took away other people's misses. Of course, every player, especially big players, get some of their offensive rebounds off of their own misses. So if you just take hers away and let everybody else keep theirs, she still leads the league in offensive rebounds per game. So as a post player, is her efficiency a little bit lower, especially around the room, than you would like it to be? Is that an area of growth for Angel Reese in the future? Absolutely it is. But you cannot use that as a metric to criticize what she's doing in a historic way on the glass on both ends of the floor.
Look, I'm going to stop it right there real quick. It seems like Elle, to be honest, is almost like everything she's saying about Caitlin Clark seems a little fake at this point, because it's almost like she's excited to have somebody justify the fact that Angel Reese's rebounds are more important than what Caitlin Clark is doing. Look, I'm going to keep saying it. Angel Reese is a monster with the rebounds. You cannot take that away from her. Me personally, I'll take her on any team as a rebounder. As far as offensive skill set, there has to be improvement. She has to improve. We all know that. She has skill sets that are just underdeveloped. As a professional basketball player, this will not last that long if she does not improve her offensive skill set. Now, I don't know if Elle is trying to justify that Angel Reese is still in the rookie of the race, leaderboard or whatever the case is. Me personally, I don't think she is. I mean, if we're going to go based off just rebounds compared to whatever Caitlin Clark is getting done on the Fever, I mean, Caitlin Clark outweighs Angel Reese's rebounds by far. So, for me, yes, you take away her offense, her misses and stuff like that. That's fine. No problem. We already know she misses a lot of layups. Let's take away the rebounds from those, and she's still going to lead the league in rebounds. That's perfectly fine. That's not a rookie of the year just because you're leading the league in rebounds. Your team is still losing. You guys won one game out of the break. When you do get your double doubles, a lot of it has to do with free throws. Getting to the line, maybe finishing with 4 or 5, 6 free throws, finish off with a double-digit night as far as points go. Now, like I said, I just have to be honest. I'm not here to take away Angel Reese's accomplishments this year. She's great for a rookie. She's awesome. I think Rakia Jackson should be in the talks as well. I've been saying that. I'm going to continue to say that. But it just doesn't justify what Caitlin Clark has done this year and is continue to do on a daily basis. Now, if Angel was improving, then okay. But she's continuing to have just missed layups. And it's all over Twitter. Her fans are going off on her, and we're just starting to see it now. Everybody's on Cardoso now, which I've been saying Cardoso has a better skill set. So, like I said, nothing to take away from Angel. But as far as the rookie of the race here, it's done. You know? And for me, I understand the fact that, you know, Elle wants to hear somebody say the rebounds are still valid. They're valid. They're valid rebounds. You can't take that away from Angel. Angel is out rebounding everybody in the league, and that is just period. No one's even coming close. Sorry. So let's finish off. Let's hear what they got to say.
Mic drop.
I don't know if y'all can see or hear me.
Way.
My internet has been acting up lately.
Oh, weird.
Oh no, completely hear that, and respectfully, obviously hear that. To which, when we pointed that out, and Rebecca, you'll have to give me a little bit of grace because I am hot out of the dentist chair. I just got a root
Rebecca,
canal.
so he's lisping.
I just got a root canal. My dentist is a big fan of yours. I said, hey, I have to be home before 12:30 because we have Rebecca Lobo on the pod. He was like, Hartford Zone? I was like, yeah, Hartford Zone.
And that's what you want. You want your dentist rushing through your root canal.
Yeah. Dr. Barry is a big fan of yours. But I said that, and I did bring that up to us, but nobody better than you can also understand this, that Angel Reese is paid to play in the paint. That is her position. That is where you made a Hall of Fame career, is to be efficient in the paint. And when she is ranked 49th out of 54 eligible WNBA players as far as field goal efficiency, there's not another forward/center that's lower than 30 in the WNBA. So what I said is I took that offensive rebound nugget, and what I did is I spun it forward to say we wouldn't have to have the conversation about offensive rebounds and if it's her teammates or if it's her offensive rebounds, if she was just more efficient down low when she had the opportunities. And that's where I said, in my estimation, Caitlin Clark is running away with Rookie of the Year because Angel Reese, yes, the numbers are inflated in a sense because she is not efficient where she has to be, which is down low where she's making her money.
Well, I think right now it's three separate conversations that you're having. One is she an elite rebounder at a level that we have not seen in the WNBA previous? Yes, she is. She's averaging close to 13 rebounds a game. We've never had a player average 12 or more rebounds per game. Is she an elite rebounder like we have never seen? Yes, that's one conversation. Does she need to improve drastically in terms of her efficiency, in particular inside the restricted area, to really reach her potential and status as a great player? Yes, that's a second conversation. The third conversation is, how do those things play into the Rookie of the Year conversation? And I would agree with you to a degree, Gary. Like, I do think that Caitlin Clark has really separated herself in terms of the Rookie of the Year conversation over the course of the last, month and a half, leading up to the Olympic break. And since then, one, because her assist numbers have been off the charts. Her efficiency has improved in terms of her field goal percentage, while at the same time, Angel has really struggled since the Olympic break with her efficiency. She's been rebounding the heck out of the ball. I mean, 3 20 rebound games in a row is ridiculous. It doesn't matter how many of those, and it was just a handful that she's gotten off of her own misses. So I think there's 3 separate conversations. And the hard thing when it comes to Angel and Caitlin is that everything becomes a battle of which one is better and which one is the Rookie of the Year, instead of, wow, Caitlin Clark is having a rookie year up with some of the best we have ever seen. And then separately, Angel Reese is rebounding like no player, not even a rookie, no player we have ever seen. So there's a lot that gets mixed into all of this. And at the same time, sort of all 3 of those lanes, all 3 of those things I was talking about can all be true.
So look, I'm just going to stop before Elle goes. My man right here to the right obviously knows what he's talking about. Every segment I watch, he comes with pure facts. And obviously, Rebecca's telling you what it is. Caitlin has separated herself. Angel is struggling. We all see it. The Chicago fans see it. Everybody sees that she's struggling. That's what I'm saying. How is there 0 improvement from the beginning of the year when it comes to your offensive skill set in the WNBA as a professional basketball player? She needs to stop worrying about so much social media, trying to look cute and all that good stuff. Dude, you're a beautiful young lady. Just go out and play basketball. Get better. Get in the gym. Improve. That's we love you, Angel. But guess what? We have to criticize you. You're a professional basketball player. You can't just be hitting the bottom of the rim every time. You have to get better. And even when you make some, it's like, ooh, like you just throw it up. Like you have to start learning skill set. No one hates, like we're not trying to hate on Angel. We just keep it real. It's basketball. Who do we know in the NBA who just blows layups like that? Nobody. I don't give a fuck if you rebound 50 rebounds a game. Nobody's just blowing layups like this. Left and right, without improvement. No. I'm sorry, but that is not how professional sports works. So I'm glad Rebecca came on here. We got her take. And, Rebecca keeps it honest, whatever the case is. She Caitlin Clark, man, there's no denying that she's going to be Rookie of the Year. Not with this type of offensive skill set from Angel. There's no way. Because me personally, I keep saying Rakia Jackson is better than Angel Reese offensively. And definitely has a better upside. So let's hear what Elle has to say. Let's get you out of here. Let's finish off.
See, and I love this. And I actually, because we are going to table set what's going to be another big matchup, the Chicago Sky facing the Indiana Fever on Friday night. So I do want to talk about that game. And then I want to hear who Rebecca Lobo thinks Rookie of the Year is going to be, even though I think she gave us a little bit of hint at that. But I want to react to last night's game as well, because RL, one of the things for the Fever, when they did start sort of rounding into form, especially after the Olympic break, was, okay, well, they're winning games, but like, talk to me when they beat really good teams. And they just beat the Connecticut Sun. They've now, reached 15 wins in the season. That's their most since 2016, which is coincidentally the last time that they made the postseason. So I want to overreact a little bit to the Indiana Fever. I'm just going to take a page from the internet right now. And here's the first overreaction. The Indiana Fever are going to win the title.
Bam.
Are we supposed to react to that?
She's just smiling. What do you say to that?
She's too stunned to speak, Elle.
The Indiana Fever are not ready yet to win the championship this season. However, for a lot of the season, the question mark was, can the Indiana Fever make the playoffs? I think they've solidified the fact that they really should. They've got the easiest strength of schedule to date. They have 2 road games followed by 6 home games. Granted, a couple of those are against Vegas, and then a road game for their 9-game stretch to end the season.
I'm sorry. Look, you could say the Indiana Fever have had the easiest schedule coming out of the break. They started with the hardest schedule. And now, okay, if we're talking about easiest schedule, maybe statistically, they have played the Mercury, the Seattle Storm, the Lynx. They have played the Suns. They have played the Dream. And then they got the Aces coming up. So what's so easy about this schedule? You want to talk about beating top teams? They pretty much just beat every top team in the league. And the way the Aces are playing, I don't see them just getting blown out by the Aces. I think they can put up a fight and maybe beat the Aces. And then they got the Lynx again, I believe. So I mean, look, I expect them to win tonight versus Chicago. I expect them to seal a playoff spot, and I expect them to get in the playoffs, 100%.
They will. I would be shocked if they did not make the playoffs.
Exactly.
I think they are playing in a way right now where they could win a first-round series, depending on who the opponent is. When they were playing Connecticut in their last game, the way the standings were 2-7, those 2 teams could meet in the first round of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Could Indiana beat Connecticut in a 3-game series? I think they could. If they ended up matching up with Minnesota, do I think they could beat them the way Minnesota's playing? I don't. But depending on the matchups, I don't think it's ridiculous to think that Indiana Fever this year could make it to the semifinals because, of course, the WNBA, if you win your first round series, that's where you are in the semifinals. If we were having this conversation when they were 2-8 or 2-9 or however they started the season, it would have been a ridiculous thing to think. It no longer is because of the way they're playing.
Yeah, they're really
9
clicking
games
on all
left in the regular season too, and they're 7-3 in their last 10. L. So like, it's also beneficial when you're a team that's getting hot at the right time.
And it's obviously it's Caitlin Clark and her passing, and it seems like, everybody kept saying like patience here, right? They've got to learn her. She's got to learn them. She likes to play at a really up-tempo pace. Her vision is incredible. Sometimes they're not ready for those passes. Certainly turnovers are still a bit of an issue, but when you think about the Fever, especially right now, RL, and I think why people are so excited is that it's not just Caitlin, right? It's Kelsey Mitchell making franchise history with how many consecutive games she's had 20+ points. It's even Aaliyah Boston still struggling a bit with her shot, but finding a little bit better. And Lexi Hull, who they inserted into the starting lineup, who is in fuego from 3 right now. And so when I mentioned Kelsey Mitchell, let's overreact again. Now that the Fever are good, she is not going to leave in free agency.
Well, I would say probably not, but
Elle's talking her shit finally. Okay, Elle, I like that take. The Indiana Fever. I like Kelsey Mitchell on the Indiana Fever. And they are winning games. I've been watching the interviews. Kelsey Mitchell is very excited. Always talking to CC. And you know what? So is CC. So is Chrissy Sides. Everybody's giving Kelsey Mitchell her flowers. The fan base are on Kelsey Mitchell. You think Kelsey Mitchell wants to leave Indiana? The most popping industry, the most popping organization in the WNBA. You know how much money Kelsey Mitchell's probably about to make with endorsements and things like that? Seriously. You're on the team with Caitlin Clark. And you're making a name for yourself? Don't get me wrong, she was an all-star last. She's already made a name for herself, but you know what I mean. Caitlin Clark has the fans. And it's your job to capitalize and now take Caitlin Clark's fans and make them your fans as well. And that's exactly what Lexi Hall is doing. That's exactly what Aaliyah Boston is doing. That's exactly what Kelsey Mitchell is doing. And the rest of the Indiana Fever. Kelsey Mitchell is not going to leave this team. She's not.
also, I have to look into this further. I don't think Kelsey Mitchell has ever been cored, and I don't think any other players on the roster are cored. So even if Kelsey Mitchell wants to leave in free agency, I don't know that she can. But I don't know that she would want to. You know, if you're a WNBA player, do you want to play in sold out arenas every night, whether you're at home or on the road, 17 or 18,000? Do you want to play on national television every single one of your games? And I was having this conversation with LaChina Robinson recently. The Indianapolis might not be the preferred destination for all the players in the WNBA, but at least now it's a team that is a preferred destination. So I'm really intrigued what they can do in free agency in this offseason, not only with Kelsey, but are they going to be able to entice some other big name players to come play there because of, granted, there's a lot of pressure that comes with it, but also it's a whole different level of exposure now if you're playing for Indiana.
Also, Elle, why would you, if you're Kelsey Mitchell, want to leave a spot where you have an MVP point guard, which is our next overreaction, Rebecca Lobo, the MVP.
So look, we're going to stop it right there before they get into the MVP talks. Obviously, you got Rebecca over there, giving her take, Elle, giving her take, and my man right here giving his take. I think there was facts stated, they let it be known. Caitlin Clark has made a clear, push for the Rookie of the Year. Everybody knows that, and everybody's saying, oh, tonight's going to determine. What is tonight going to determine? This is a bigger game for the Sky, not the Fever. Trust me. Besides that, look, man, I'm going to get up out of here. It's your boy, C.O. Kana. I appreciate you guys. Welcome to Game Day. I'm going to catch you on the next video.